While you sleeping, we be living our dreams. So don't touch that dial, please stay tuned into our frequency. I'll be back in a while, then give y'all something to see. Been gone for a while, trying to give y'all something to be. That's Nubian Kings, doing the usual things. Lick my crown, kiss the rings, boost my self-esteem. New mainstream.
About 3 or 4 songs a night.
That's why we got 7 albums waiting.
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. And we're back. All right. So, welcome to NuMainstream Talks, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know who I am. It's your boy, Just JR. That's right, Just JR. And I got everybody in the building with me today.
Yeah.
You know, I got my brother, Mr. Cameron Scott, in the building.
What up, baby?
You know, what's up with you, man?
Chilling, man. You know me.
Fresh out the barber chair, but I always want to talk about my hair, but it's all right. Bars. Then, of course, y'all don't get to see him on the camera too much. Y'all usually hear him in the background saying some wild ass shit. He laughing because he know I'm right. We got daFantom336 in the building. The man that puts all of this together. It's the Nubian Collective, NuMainstream, all of that. You know what I'm saying? The man with the plan. What's up with you, bro?
Man, chilling, yo.
Chilling?
Just chilling.
Chilling? Okay.
You know.
How's it feel to be in the hot seat?
Right.
I know, man. It is hot. It is hot. Goddamn heat wave out this bitch.
It is hot in the bitch out here. Listen. It's either hot or it's fucking thunderstorming out this motherfucker. You know?
Yo, that storm the other day was crazy.
That shit was wild. Right?
Yo. I was over there at Europa and like just the sky fell out and like everybody like had umbrellas that was like walking in and stuff, and everybody umbrella was like upside down or like just broke. And they was wet as hell walking in there. It was like, God damn, it looked like we was in the middle of a hurricane.
Yeah,
bro. Anyway, but yeah.
Oh, I caught the tail end of that when I was leaving work. I was like, ooh, I'm glad I missed this shit.
North Carolina, you just don't know what you're gonna get.
Might
might snow tomorrow. Nah, fuck with you.
Listen, if it snow tomorrow, we got problems.
If it snow tomorrow,
we got problems.
It's definitely the end of the day.
We got big ones because it's fucking damn near 90 something today. So we got big fucking problems. Mm-hmm. But anyway, man, let's get into it, man. Busy this year.
Busy
as fuck. Had the festival back in April. Strange Fruit. This is what, 3rd year, 4th year?
This was the 4th year.
4th year.
Yeah.
The 4th year. Let's talk about it, man. How'd you put all that together? How did that come about?
Man, yo, that's a lot right there. So, how did I put it together? So first of all, starting off the way that it came about. Of course, you already know because we've known each other for years. Being a struggling musician myself, a struggling artist, an artist who, was trying to pave my own way and create music, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? What ended up happening is I quit music. You know what I'm saying? I was done with it. I was like, man, I kind of blamed music for everything that went wrong in my life at a certain point. This is probably about maybe 2017. Mm-hmm. Actually before that, to be real. But like by 2017, I even stopped playing at church. I wasn't really recording no more. I wasn't doing no music. You know what I'm saying? So I got into like the marketing industry and stuff like that. Started traveling, seeing shows, going to festivals, because I was still a big fan of music, you know what I'm saying? So whenever I travel, I'm always trying to catch a show, a festival, whatever, something like that. Right. Anyway, COVID hits, and I had a banging job at the time whenever COVID hit. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, the marketing industry just went, it was gone. Marketing industry over. Mm-hmm. Straight making good money to making no money at all. You know what I'm saying?
No in between on that.
Yeah. So what that did, man, I ain't gonna lie, I was smoking like a motherfucker during COVID. Like,
weren't we all?
All I did was
I think that's all everybody did, my nigga. That's all everybody did.
So what that ended up doing is I went and bought a keyboard and I was just like playing, getting my chops back up and stuff just to just for personal fulfillment though.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even about nothing other than just playing.
Therapy.
Started back like, kind of making beats and recording and stuff like that. And but coming from a different perspective of being in the marketing industry, I just was like, I started to see a lane, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's whenever I hit Kyron up, we started Nubian Collective, but also outside. I know this is a long way to get to how, how did we start.
Listen, you forget, I know you already knew the long road was coming. We
yeah. So basically, I went to New York. It's probably 3 trips that made me really be like, hey, I think we can do this in Greensboro. I went to Aspen. I went to a festival there. I went to Miami and went to the Ground Up Music Festival, which is Snarky Puppy and all of them. Real dope festival, real eclectic music. And I went to New Orleans. New Orleans, just the whole city is a musical vibe.
Facts.
And New York. So basically, Miami, which is the Ground Up Music Festival, I just like their artist selection, the fact that you're discovering artists that you would not have known of, like otherwise. Aspen, I like the way they had it set up. You go into different venues. It's like you go into some of them are bars, some of them are coffee shops, some of them are like on the side of the street, some of them are in actual venues, and everything in between. And New York, of course, I think their strong suit is production. Whenever they put on a show, the production is A1, like, period.
Fair.
Like, they care about production in New York. And New Orleans is, that's just talent. Everybody in New Orleans is talented.
That's true.
But anyway, going on those trips and everything, every time I went to one, I was like, man, I wish we had something like this in Greensboro. Man, I wish we had something like this in Greensboro. And it was like, dang, you know what? I think I might be able to pull this off in Greensboro.
Fuck it.
So, like, specifically when I was in New York, I came back with the mindset of, yo, who's doing it? Like, who's making these type of moves in Greensboro or in North Carolina? I want to know who they are.
Nobody.
So, I tried to go to people in the Arts Council here. Shout out Laura Way, Creative Greensboro, just all these different entities that already have a stake in the music industry here. You know what I'm saying? Because, as artists, we just tend to know other artists or other rappers, other musicians.
Yeah.
But we are like, who's booking these musicians? Who's investing money into the scene here? You know what I'm saying? Who's sponsoring the events that these musicians are playing at?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to know those people. So as soon as I got back, I started trying to create these relationships. And basically, I basically got met with, oh man, if you had this, maybe we better help you. Or if you had that, maybe we better help you. Every time I got that, I go and get whatever it was they were saying I needed or that I should have. And then I come back like, yo, I got it, what's up? So eventually, I know this is a long ass.
Red tape. Yeah.
So yeah, all of the red tape.
Red tape. Yeah.
But yeah, so eventually, one of the things that people were telling me is, you're a for-profit or you're a musician. If you had a nonprofit, then we actually sponsor nonprofits or we do grant funding for nonprofits. So basically, it just naturally led to me creating a nonprofit in order to do what I wanted to do. And it fit perfectly because I did it with the intention already, even as NuMainstream, to give back to musicians, create a platform for musicians, and this just created a whole new lane to be able to do that, you know what I'm saying? So so basically, whenever I'm doing the festival, I'm mimicking what I've seen people do in bigger cities, honestly, you know what I'm saying? Because also what I notice is like, okay, Greensboro is in the developmental stage. Like there's a lot of room for growth. It really ain't no competition, and even if it is competition, man, it need to be healthy competition because there's enough room for a lot to happen here. Like if you think compared to like a Nashville or New Orleans or New York, It's something going on every day, all the time. We're nowhere near
Hell no.
that, like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I can have a festival on a Saturday, and you can too, and somebody can have one over here on this side of town. It's enough room for stuff to happen. But anyway, hopefully that answers that question.
I think so.
I think you nailed it, buddy.
I think so. I think you answered a few questions. On that one. It's all right though. Look, we forget we know you. I expected nothing less. I expected nothing less than a damn dissertation. It's all right.
So where do you see it going? The Strange Fruit Festival going in the next couple of years?
Oh man,
how do you see it? How do you see the impact that it's made on Greensboro?
Bro, so where I see it going, because the first year we did it, our idea was for it to be 3 days and for us to have all these venues booked, and it'd be, you know, tens of thousands of people, and you know,
Sir.
Yeah, the dream was big. So we was gonna try to do April like 12th, 13th, and 14th. We was gonna try to have all these musicians, and like I saw the vision of what I saw like in Aspen, and
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, man, we can do 3 days, charge people for tickets, do this, da. So what?
So you wanted to do what you saw in Aspen,
I know, right?
Colorado.
By the way, I was the poorest person in Aspen.
Yeah, I was getting to that.
Everywhere we went in Aspen, everybody thought I was a musician, and they weren't wrong. But I just wasn't a musician.
That's not who you thought they were.
Capacity at the time I was there.
And they like, hey, you're somebody. Like, nah.
How you doing? What's your name? Where you from? And all this, and I'm like, oh, they think
I'm somebody.
I'm not anybody.
Not yet. We're getting it.
But yeah, right. But yeah, so the vision now though, it's still like one day I want it to be a multiple day event. I want us to take over downtown Greensboro, like for real. We kind of take over now, but I'm talking about like
the whole thing.
The whole thing, expand the footprint. And we have ways we're gonna possibly try to do that this coming year, which will be year 5. So make sure y'all support us for year 5. That's gonna be a big deal. But like, yeah, I want it to be whenever Strange Fruit Music Festival is going on, you can come downtown. It's gonna be black as hell. It's gonna be a lot of black music genres being expressed to everybody, to all the people of Greensboro. I do like already the fact that our attendance is very diverse in age, demographics, as well as race and everything. Like we serve the whole community, but what we're giving you is black cultural music, and we celebrating that because, you know, we contribute so much to American culture anyway, in general, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I wanted to grow into that and to be a place where you come and this is the vibe of Black Greensboro. Like, it's very definitive and it's very much musical, and everybody gets to express themselves and everybody gets to enjoy it and leave like, yo, Greensboro is dope. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No, that's the main like vision of it. Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
So I got one question for year 5. We'll bring the stage back.
Oh, so look, the stage ain't never left. So all right. So this past year, there wasn't a stage because we was doing the cookout family reunion.
Oh yeah,
barbecue vibes.
I know.
So maybe not. We'll see. It just depends on what the vibe is for year 5. I'm gonna tell you most likely the answer is a yes, because we trying to do it up for year 5. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
And that's why I said bring the stage back. Look, if you gonna do all that, nigga, bring the stage back.
I mean, I'm thinking more like stages for year 5.
Even better.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, yeah. So we planning right now, and you know I don't like to like talk before
Shit happens.
and then it not go through type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, I was just throwing it out there.
Right.
I wouldn't tell you to commit to it now. Just throwing it out there. That's all. Just a little hey, if you could.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. That's dope. Make sure y'all bring y'all ass out there too if you want to do this year. Damn, I forgot what I was about to say. I sidetracked my damn self. My bad.
Okay. Like, so for the people out there, what's your story? Like, where did it all start for the Phantom?
Oh shit.
What's my story?
I mean, you're a producer, engineer, dope producer, dope rapper, dope songwriter, dope businessman. Like you have a lot of different avenues that you go into, marketing, everything. So like, where did it all start?
So, I mean, that's okay. So, I mean, all started in the church. You know what I'm saying? I'm a PK. My pops is a pastor. My mom is one of those first ladies who's eyeing your ass. Yeah. Excuse me, Mom. I'm sorry for saying it that way. But you know, she's very particular. She's very much had us involved too, like in the church, but as well as in the community. Like Cultural Arts Center, I grew up in community choirs, taking art courses there, taking acting classes there. I mean, the acting never stuck because, you know, I'm not no good at it. But just and other stuff, like she always made sure we was doing something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Plus, you know, we got to travel and see things, you know, sometimes traveling through the church, you know, because, you know, but we got to experience a lot of different things and got to see a lot of different people and got to kind of ingest a diverse mentality from all of these different situations. So you know what I'm saying? You remember? I know we known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
So we had Flow Buzz, right?
Yep.
Which you know we created a website that was a community for musicians and all this stuff. The reason why that happened though is because my homeboy named Dennis, I knew him, and he was a hacker. He was really good in the computers, and I used to just be learning stuff from him.
Wait, this was a hacker?
So I learned coding and all this other stuff, and that's what led to that type of mindset as far as like, oh man, maybe I could do this. But you know, the average person might not think of doing something because they never got to like see somebody else. I feel like seeing is believing.
Yeah.
But anyway, so long story short, all of these different things that I do, like even production-wise, there's a lot of reasons why I produce the way I do and why we perform the way we do as a band and all this different stuff. Because I grew up in the church, but I also went to Dudley High School. We had one of the dopest marching bands in the world. Ended up, you know, Lacey, who plays trumpet, he, you know, Mr. Millsap and all of that. So I was around all of that. A lot of dope musicians, like from UNCG, and the thick R&B and neo soul vibe that we have here from even musicians at like Boston's, like Abel and them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like all of that, as well as me looking at, you know, people outside of us, of course, you know, the Timberlands, the Kanyes, you know, all of those, you know, led to me having a wide array of conceptual ideas that like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Why not add a bluegrass part in this song? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it all started in the church.
Yeah.
For real. Like my parents, you know, we used to have to sing at church. We used to have to be in the plays. Yeah. You used to have to do the public speaking. You have to do, you know what I'm saying? This is back in the day when in the South, everybody still went to church, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Especially being a PK boy.
Yeah. So, you know, it kind of teaches you some life skills for real. You know what I'm saying? Like that could be pretty valuable later on in life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not perfect or even all that much religious, but like at the end of the day, I respect the church and what that instills in you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All starts with the church. I mean, I had a similar. I wasn't a PK kid, but my mom was a missionary, so I was always in church.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sunday school, instruments,
Right.
junior deacon, usher board, all that stuff. And you're right, it does teach you how to organize.
Not Deacon Kyron.
Bruh. I remember, like, you know, when the church used to get full and you had the deacons come and put the chairs out.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was my dad, and I used to follow him. Let me put these chairs out. You know what I'm saying? Stuff
Right.
like
Oh,
that.
shit.
So, but I just noticed that, yeah, like even in your style of music, like your musical choices when you produce, it's very eclectic,
Yeah.
and you can't catch it nowhere else.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, you know, that's because some of my favorite producers is like Andre 3000, Rico Wade, all of that Dungeon Family stuff.
Yeah,
They always thought outside the box, and I always appreciated that.
yeah,
RZA from the Wu-Tang, his whole style is like sometimes not supposed to work. You know what I'm saying?
Look, you right, because I'm
Right.
some shit like,
But it hit though, because
It do,
it's
but you
got a
like, wow,
vibe,
you
like,
like,
you know what I'm
wow.
saying? And anytime you hear it, you know what it is. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? People like them, people like Kanye West, not the crazy version.
old yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Ye knew Ye too, but, you know, I ain't really on him as much on the Donda stuff and this bully thing. But you know what I'm saying? Like, back in the day, as far as like with rap and production in the hip hop game, it's like people cared about having their own sound or like experimenting with sound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nowadays, and hopefully y'all change this shit, but everybody putting the same 808s in their shit, the same fast ass hi-hats. They using the same even melody sounds, like, you know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, you know what that. I mean, you know.
You know what I'm
why.
saying?
You know
And it's
why.
like,
'Cause that's,
Yeah.
that's
Damn.
what's work. That's what's making money.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
and then now some songs all have the same structure and concept. Hook, verse, hook, verse, hook. Every single last one of them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, it might not even have it might even not even have that many verses or
No,
hooks.
well-
They might cut it short.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So,
most
like,
of them is under 3 minutes now.
like, I don't feel like anybody is like unapologetically themselves. Everybody's trying to be the next thing so much that they see what the last thing was and try to duplicate that instead of being like, man, fuck y'all, this is what I have.
I'm doing.
You either gonna like it or you ain't.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, you know, I feel like all of the greats, we like them for who they were. They weren't necessarily trying to copy other people. They might have been influenced, and they might even they start mimicking some of their favorites. But they, like, let's say I'm mimicking Kanye West, Pharrell, RZA. You know, once it gets to about 5-10 motherfuckers you mimicking, after a while, as you develop and you keep on doing it, now you're gonna automatically start having your own style. But I don't even feel like, honestly, like, people study as much as, like, they might look at a YouTube video and figure out how to do some chords, or look at a YouTube video and figure out how to make a beat. But did you really dive into how and why Dr. Dre created the beats he did, what he did to mix it, and really just focus on him as an artist and be like, yo, I want to be able to do that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, they're gonna watch the video of somebody remaking the beat. All right, how did he make that sound? That's all I need. All right, anyway, they not
It's
diving
like,
and studying shit.
It's like nowadays they learn enough to make a good
that's
video.
That is it.
But, like, having it be a part of your essence and your soul, that hit different.
Oh, yeah.
Especially once you have to present that live and in front of a crowd and stuff like that, it's like, you can't fake that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No.
Facts. Yeah, that's a good point, especially about studying the craft. I mean, you know, I can imagine as a producer, you probably studied everybody. Like,
man, bro, like, even outside of these rap producers,
yeah.
like, you know, Quincy Jones, Sly and the Family Stone, you know, Parliament Funkadelic, you know, Rick James, just what makes this artist dope
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because I like take Michael Jackson or even Prince, but Michael Jackson, for instance, technically, the shit he doing is not super difficult or crazy. To be honest, musically, it's very simple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But what makes that artist dope? Like, people feel that I gotta know the dopest chords. I gotta know how to do this. I gotta make it pretty. I gotta have this. Like, sometimes less is more too.
Yeah.
Sometimes that silence in between the notes is doper than having a note there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, why are these motherfuckers dope? What did they do with their voice? Like, what did they wear?
Yeah.
What was their attitude while they was doing the shit? What was they even going through in life that made them create this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
like, we don't go that deep no more. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's because of social media, like, these artists too accessible. We're like, oh man, he eats shit like I do. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like, we don't really look up to them.
Nobody's special anymore.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, nobody's special anymore. That's why they look at it like, I can do the same shit he doing. I can do the exact same shit. Nobody's special anymore because.
Right.
The mystery is.
It's gone.
Yeah.
I know, cause you know these motherfuckers was like gods to us. They
Bruh.
were like, I mean, you don't just open up your phone and see Prince, disciplining his kids or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or I can't think of nothing else, but
I feel you.
You don't just see him doing regular shit. Anytime you see Prince,
that you would do.
He's in his purple. He got the guitar. You know what I'm saying? Might have his ass out with them chaps and shit. You know what I'm saying? We see him as the idea of Prince.
Yeah.
And we only can fantasize about Prince in that sense. We don't like.
Right, like I bet that nigga cool as shit. Like whatever.
Yeah.
And be like,
So that's the difference with now. You know, we got to figure out a way to create some mystery about yourself or some like, oh yeah, why should I give a fuck about this person as an artist? You know what I'm saying? But
I think that with, again, coming up, like, listen to where you come up from, like you said, the mystery of the artist, the critiques you have on yourself when you listen to stuff you did back in the day. Like, how's that? Like, hearing stuff that you did like in 99 compared to what you did in 2025.
Yo. It depends on how high I am, I guess.
Hey, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Sometimes when I'm high, I'm like, oh man, yo.
I was spitting on this shit.
That was a really good idea and all this other stuff. And but yo, so sometimes, yeah, of course, stuff sounds dated. But when I listen to my old stuff, it ain't even about whether it's dope or not. It's more so like, it's literally like time traveling for me. Like, I feel like I'm back in that space that I was in when I decided to make this song or beat or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And what's dope though is whenever it is still dope, and then I decided to show it to like one of y'all. We end up making a song out of it. Like, oh,
and we be still like, nigga, where the fuck did?
Yeah, where's this been?
Where the fuck?
Look.
Yeah.
So I let somebody hear some of our stuff recently that definitely knows me from back in the day. Matter of fact, I'm talking about Gene.
Yeah, I was about to say,
But,
shout out to Gene.
he like, damn, that beat is dope, yo. When did you make that? I'm like, bro, to be real, I made this back in 2008 whenever we was making all them beats and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think to that point about what we're talking about with these other artists, the ones that we really, really, really fuck with, most of their music is timeless. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, you know, you can still play that If You Want Me to Stay by Sly and the Family Stone or whatever, and it still hit. You know what I'm saying? You can still play some of them James Brown songs and it still hit. And of course, Michael Jackson. But all of that, like, you know, because we are emotionally connected to these songs, so it don't fucking matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No,
But yeah.
no, that's facts, man. Like, cause So like, when it comes to even now, having the access to artists, like you say, you got to try and make yourself different. Now they don't even want you to be different.
No, I don't even know.
Now if you try to be different, they're like, nigga, you're weird.
Yeah.
Why aren't you like this? So we not even paying you no attention. Well, really,
Yeah.
I'm the special one. I'm the one y'all should be paying attention to.
That's why I need to say fuck these labels, man. I mean,
and I ain't even talking about the label. I'm just talking about fans and shit. Just period.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you don't need to say fuck the labels, but I feel where you're coming from.
We don't mean that labels.
At the end of the day, they have too much to choose from.
Yeah.
And the last 10 motherfuckers told them that they rap. Like,
hey, look, you got wrong, because look, remember we used to go through this shit.
Yeah. You know, last 100 motherfuckers, actually, my bad, I said 10. That's probably a low number. But, yeah, I mean, so, like, getting somebody to choose you, you have to find your way to make that happen. Luckily, I would say with the Nubian Collective, more so than even in my solo career, or I feel like in any of our solo careers, we luckily have a way to create an immersive experience, and that keeps them wanting to come back for more. So I think the live shows, but also the way we market and promote, and the way we utilize our social media, it's a slow burn, but it's more effective because the people who we do catch, they rock with us. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no bot shit. It ain't no damn just like a here today, gone tomorrow type thing. It's like we in a relationship with our fans. So like we just are lucky enough to be able to come at it from that approach because we have all of the tools to be able to make it be an immersive experience that people go back home with, like, damn, yo, that was dope. But next time they do that, I wanna be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, and definitely figuring that out. How did when did it all snap? Was there a particular moment, like in a performance or anything when you was just like, okay, yeah, this is it right here?
I want to say I knew it going in.
Okay.
So even from the time that I called you, I kind of already knew. I saw the lane. And I knew if I do X, Y, Z, that it's gonna work, right?
Okay.
But even with knowing, how much do you really know, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's that faith right there.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but then we started putting it in action, and dang, the moment I knew though that we're onto something and it's a good thing. Man, I mean, it's a few moments.
Okay.
I mean, okay, like for instance, we did what we did here, Culture Lounge and wherever these other places, which is cool.
Yeah.
And we're from Greensboro, so, you know, cool, we got people to like us. That's dope. But whenever we took it to like a Carver or a Starter Sellers or, you know, we in front of a bunch of maybe redneck white people or uppity white people or whatever, and motherfuckers are still rocking with us. I'm like, okay, we might be onto something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then again, also, like, you know, it's, in contrast to that, last year's Strange Fruit Festival.
Yeah.
You know, whenever we rocked that, and I seen how many people actually came out for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, you know, of course, we killed it. And, like, leaving, though, was like, oh, man, like, yeah, I think we really are onto something. We got to keep pounding. That do be what keep me like, okay, we almost there. Keep pounding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
But, yeah, stuff like that. Like, because, you know, before all of this, as far as like the being struggling musician and me talking about what that's like here in Greensboro, you know, you go to these shows, you rapping for a bunch of other rappers.
Yeah.
Or if you're a musician, half the crowd out there is your musician friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody singing along, doing fucking Jill Scott, Is It The Way or something. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Facts.
So to step out of that box and present in a new way and people actually receiving it, and people are receiving it over and over and over. So, I mean, like really every time is a, dang, I think we on to something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
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 Okay. All right. So to piggyback off of that, what would you say would be the best performance?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
The best performance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you. I actually do know the answer to this question. The best performance up to date is actually the Muset performance that we did that got rained out. We ended up having to do it in the Van Dyke.
Yeah.
And that particular performance was flawless. And matter of fact, if anybody got it on video, I saw cameras out there, like actual cameras. Who has that video footage?
Wait, you ain't no footage?
I mean, we got like footage, but we don't have like the whole joint.
I got you.
But like that particular performance, like was like flawless victory, bro. Flawless, and like you know, technically we ended up performing in front of a bunch of old white people.
Yeah.
Neil McNeil from the news. Shout out Neil McNeil.
Yeah, baby.
He was going crazy.
Oh, that's the one where he was spazzing, right?
Yeah. He's like, man, I ain't never heard it come together like that. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, it's Muset. Creative Greensboro. Shout out Creative Greensboro. What up, Jackie? But yeah.
Okay. Hold on, now real quick. Kyra.
Yeah.
What do you say is the best performance? Nigga?
The best performance?
Yeah.
The Muset one is up there.
Okay.
It's
as it should be.
Mount Rushmore Nubian Collective performances. It's on the top 4.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you one I thought that we really killed.
What's that?
Little Brothers Brewery.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And I say that is because it was in a new venue. One. And when I say it wasn't even like, it was just a vibe that was just totally different. Everybody got off. And it was like no pressure because it was in a smaller smaller venue. But when you have other people leaving other venues,
I was about to say, if you don't say that, I was gonna say it.
Coming to our Little Brothers Brewing, and then like I remember specifically, it was one time. I don't know which song it was, but I looked, and I looked outside. I know it's at least 100 people out there with their phone cameras going off, and people just walking by. I know it had to be 100 people out there.
God damn.
That Little Brothers Brewery, it was just like we were just like, all right, we just gonna have fun. We just gonna rock out.
Shout out Josh Cole.
Yeah.
What up, Josh?
Yeah, we still try to set that up. Come back out there.
Yeah. But I'll say I think one of my personal favorites is Little Brothers Brewery, man. Definitely Muset. I said that third Strange Fruit. I mean the last year's Strange Fruit. It was just different. Not saying that this one. I think we had more people at this one than last year.
Yeah.
But performance-wise, last year, I think the one last year was like, that was, I call that, Matt came out on that one, bro.
Yeah,
This nigga,
Bro.
I actually feel like that was the coming out of the band in general.
Yeah.
As far as like Greensboro having to be like, oh these motherfuckers. They got it.
Okay.
Like, that one, that was the one that was more like that nail in the coffin type shit.
Yeah.
Even more so than Muset. Muset was just a great show, but the most impactful show is gonna be that one.
Man, like everybody was on their A game. It was crazy, and it's just a response. And the last but not least, I would throw one of the television when we was on TV.
Okay.
TV.
When we did Best Things.
Okay. Best Things on the news. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, that was. was like that.
That was like that. It was. Yeah. Where do you see Greensboro, right? Like compare it to 5 years ago to now, and then where you see it 5 years from now, as a music collective city.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the market, especially 5 years ago, very fucked up. Like, you know, musicians playing for free or for chicken. Motherfuckers getting $25, $50.
Chicken.
Just, you know what I'm saying? Or like people undercutting. Like, you know, you might want to get a gig somewhere. They got this guy who will play for like $150, you know what I'm saying? And also a lot of businesses and venues and all of that being scared to, you know, cross that line. They may want music in their establishment, but they usually choose something like open mic or karaoke, and are not willing to like actually hire musicians to come in because they don't technically see the value in it yet, as far as, but it's like, yo, if you do get some musicians in here or some artists in here that can, you know, kind of keep people here longer because they enjoying themselves, they end up spending money, buying more drinks, getting more food, you know what I'm saying, or even possibly coming with a bigger group of people, you know, because there's music, you know, and a lot of the organizations not willing to work together and stuff like that. But I do think within this past 5 years, and I will take some of the credit for, you know, connecting with different organizations, getting this person to talk to this person, talking to people about different ideas of what we should do throughout the city. But like, you know, us even coming in as a band, and of course with Strange Fruit Foundation, we had to do more than be a band, and we also had to kind of develop the market as we go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's why I'm always putting other musicians onto stuff, putting other artists onto gigs, and hiring this band to go play at this venue, and all of these different moves is because as far as big picture goes, if Antoine Scales or Sun Queen Kelsey goes over here and does a great job, then it makes it a little bit easier to sell myself whenever I come to somewhere like Little Brother and like, hey, you know, we can do a show, we can do this, you know. So, oh, you know what, the last, and you know, because the stigma is there, but hey, the last black band we had here, they did a great job, so hell yeah, y'all come too. Right. As opposed to, you know, sending somebody over there who really ain't about shit and they do a bad job, and now you know, and it does suck because, you know, as black people, we gotta go even harder. You know, we gotta work 10 times as hard, but it's because people coming behind us. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna have it. If I fuck up, the next motherfucker that come behind me with dreads and, you know, with some swag and everything, not gonna be able to get in this door. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
he look like Phantom. Nah, we can't.
Right. So I be more like, okay, cool. We got to develop the market. We got to get people comfortable with putting us in these venues, and but also the job for us is to work on our presentation, work on our the way we talk to people, work on, you know, our business etiquette, you know, things like that. And you can do that without selling out. You can still be yourself, and you can, you know, all of that. But sometimes we assume that there's bias or racism going on, and I'm not saying that it's not true. What I'm saying is, things are what they are, and you
jump to that being what it is, and not being like, maybe you didn't present yourself the way you should have, bro.
Yeah, you have to figure out your way to present yourself and still stay true to yourself and be able to get in these rooms and not sell out, but change their mindset about what you're presenting or what they think about a black man coming in here and telling them what they should do with their business. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so it ain't just where we have to look at them and say they're wrong and look at ourselves and feel inferior even, or whatever the case may be. It's more of a look at the big picture and put yourself in their shoes and think about, how can I sell this to them? How can I make myself be valuable in this situation? But yeah, so that's really kind of my mindset. And of course, you already know me, I'm Black Power all day.
Right.
So along with that caveat, I always let that be known though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As far as like, yeah, I know we are trying to build up live music in Greensboro. My main priority is to make sure that as we build up live music for Greensboro, that we're not misrepresented or that we're not just straight up excluded from the picture in general.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Making sure that y'all know about Abel over here on the east side, or a K. Marion from High Point, or you know what I'm saying, or whoever else that's actually dope and actually is doing their thing. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of times we do tend to want to point the finger at something that's really inside ourselves that we don't want to deal with.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna be honest. Like I think what you have created is forcing a lot of accountability with artists, meaning that, and I say this all the time: are you an artist or are you a hobbyist?
Yeah.
And I think with the potential, you know, everybody coming out and really doing music and really starting to see that there's a lane for them. I think a lot of artists in Greensboro are starting to take accountability. Like, hey, that ain't gonna fly here no more, bruh. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's about, you know, pushing that envelope and being that authentic.
It's just time for us as a city to step our game up. And this is on the black side, the white side, and all the sides. Yeah. The east side, south side, north side, west side.
Noobs.
Like, we just need to step our game up and kind of get out of this small city mentality sometimes whenever it comes to things. Being cheap on both ends, like, you know, venues don't want to pay a reasonable amount because, you know, they got to worry about their drink sales and all of this stuff, and then artists end up coming in and lowballing themselves, you know, we have to jump that hurdle, and we have to figure out a way to do it in a way where everybody can actually eat and be sustainable. But that takes time. So I say another 5 years, it will look different. But like 10 years from now, you know, I feel like we should be straight by then. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, word. Now you talked about Greensboro in general. Let's talk about the collective, man. What you see us being in the next?
See the Nubian collective.
3 to 5. What did you see the plan being?
I mean, you know, just very simply, I see everybody actually eating from this. I'm talking about being able to pay bills, being able to, you know, buy a house, being able to send your kids to college, that type of sustainability happening from, you know, things like touring and merchandise sales and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, album sales too. But probably mostly all of that will come from things like touring. You know what I'm saying? So I do think within the next 3 to 5 years, if everybody's able and willing, that's what our trajectory is. Now, the dollar amount on what that could be or look like is anywhere. You know what I mean?
All of it.
It could be, you know, a regular living wage, but it could also be millions. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But
No, that's right.
just depends on how we're able to build it up and if things like line up, you know, in certain ways. But yeah, I see us being sustainable though. At the end of the day, that's the goal. Not technically trying to get rich off of this.
Right.
I just want to be sustainable. I want to create my own lane and be able to, feed my family, enjoy time with my friends and loved ones. You know what I'm saying? That's really, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Is the experiences and the memories. Is really all I'm just trying to create is dope memories. Like that's where the richness is, in dope memories.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah.
Hey, that's some bars you just
Bars
dropped
from
right there.
the bars from the fucking
Bars. See?
Bars.
See?
See?
Yeah. So, you want to run through the quick interviews questions?
Go ahead.
All right. Lightning round.
Okay.
Oh shit.
All right.
Favorite cuss word?
Bitch. What's my favorite word?
Bitch.
Pimp life, because life is too short.
Yeah. Bars.
You can hear them.
A sound or noise that you love.
A sound or noise that I love. Macaroni.
I'm done.
This motherfucker. This motherfucker.
Can't take this nigga nowhere, man.
Take him
Can't he put this nigga on his own fucking show?
Right.
Can't he put this nigga on his own fucking show? What the fuck?
A sound or noise that you hate.
Chalkboard screeching.
Okay. All right. What's a profession beside the one you have now that you would like to do or try?
Profession besides. Dang. I know, right?
God damn.
I mean, he does so much. It's just
He already got his whole hand in different cooking jobs.
right.
One finger per jar.
Yeah. Profession that you would like to try.
Like to try. You know what? I wouldn't mind trying acting.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay. What's a profession that you would never want to try?
That I would never want to try. Garbage man.
If you had to go back and talk to your 21-year-old self and give your 21-year-old self advice, what would you say to him at your age now?
Oh man. Do it now.
Do it now.
Yeah, cause all right, just to expound on that, cause I'm a PK, so I'm about to preach just a little bit.
Go ahead.
But like the lightning bolt that has clicked for me and why everything seems to be happening now is because I just decided that whatever I want to do in the future, I'm gonna do it now. And I know that sounds simple, but hey man, if I made it, I would start a nonprofit and I would put artists on. I'm gonna do that shit now. If I made it, you know what I'm saying, I would start a band and we would go touring and we would do that, this, that, and third, do it now. I know what you're thinking, like, I don't have the resources, I don't have the money, I don't have this, I don't have that. You don't fucking need it. If you got $5, put that $5 towards the vision. You know what I'm saying? If you're saying, I'm gonna be a music mogul one day, what do music moguls do? How do they operate? What does their day look like? Make your day look like that. You know what I'm saying? And on the smallest scale, just keep doing it until it exponentially grows. And it's gonna grow quick because what you're doing is making it be who you are. So you right now, whatever you're getting, it's because that's who you are. And sometimes we don't want to take accountability of like, this is who I am, so this is the fruits of my labor. And it's not all sweet shit the whole way through any of it. Like at this level or the higher level or the level below that, you still got to put up with shit. There's still gonna be good and bad. There's still gonna be, lifing. But at the end of the day, that thing that you want to be, stop wanting to be it.
And just be it.
And just be that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Damn.
Like, that's real shit.
Bars.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we gonna start getting on up out of here. First off, let them know what we got coming up the rest of the summer, man. We a little busy here. You know what I'm saying?
What do we got? We got Missy Lanes,
Okay.
July 12th. Missy Lanes. Come out to Missy Lanes, July 12th. We're going to be partying. We're going to be live music. If you don't have merch yet, we're going to be selling merch at that event. Get you some dope hats, t-shirts, all of that good stuff.
Straight like that.
What else we got?
You tell me, more.
And then we have Flat Iron. We have Flat Iron coming up in September.
I'll edit that out. Flat Iron. Actually, we don't got Flat Iron.
Okay, so I need to take that off.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's cool though. But,
Okay.
But yeah. We're just gonna let y'all right now come to Missy Lanes on July 12th.
In Durham.
We do got other stuff coming that I don't want to actually tell y'all about right now. But we got the documentary that's coming out. Y'all already we put a preview out for that. So stay tuned for the documentary. Make sure you download the app, NuMainstream, so that you can, check out the episodes dropping soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do that right now. That's all we got right now? That's all the announcements?
That's
all the church announcements you got?
Yeah. I ain't gonna hold you. Just go listen. We just dropped MLK, which is our newest album. Go listen to MLK.
Yep.
Go listen to X.
Yep.
And stream us.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to get ready to get on up out of here. First off, let them know where they can find you at, man. Let them know where they can
find me on all social media. daFantom, that's DAFANTOM 336. daFantom336.
Smooth,
look up the band, The Nubian Collective. Spelled NU, like Nubian. Like the kings and queens you are.
Yep.
Being, BEING. Yeah.
Garden, where they can find you at, man?
Black vs. Kai, BLKVERSEKY, blackvskai.com. Check me out on NuMainstream. We everywhere, son.
Yeah, he got like 7 albums about to drop in the next 2 weeks. And then me, y'all can find me, man, everywhere, which is just Instagram. JRORPAPSJR or PAP. We're gonna get ready to get up out of here, but make sure you download the app. That's NuMainstream NU, like the Nubian kings and queens that you are. Make sure you download that. Not now, but right now. Check out this episode, the past episodes, fashion, news, gaming, whatever you want. It's on there. I promise you. Make sure you check out the albums, the music, documentary. Make sure you check all that out. This NuMainstream Talks, and we're gonna get the hell up out of here.
Macaroni.
Macaroni.
That's why I can't take this nowhere.
Nowhere. He think him that.